Good afternoon, AIMHO. This is Shadeen Say from the AIMHO 365 Committee. I want to welcome you to today's webinar, Developing Grit and Resiliency, presented by Emilie Nemchak. A big thank you to you, Emilie, for helping us with this presentation and sharing your knowledge within the region. As a reminder, this webinar will be recorded and uploaded to the AIMHO 365 YouTube page, and that link will be available on our AIMHO website. Make sure you're checking the AIMHO website often for future webinars, as well as to submit webinar proposals. At the end of this webinar, there will be a short survey, so if you have time and don't mind filling it out, we would greatly appreciate it. Again, a huge thank you to our presenter today. Emilie, we're all yours.
All right. Hello, everybody. So, again, my name is Emilie Nemchak. I'm currently a Residence Life Coordinator at Colorado School of Mines and the RHA Advisor there as well. And I'm also your AIMHO Entry-Level Member at large. And I'm really excited. Today, I'm taking a presentation I did a webinar on earlier last month on grit and resiliency, and I kind of reformatted it to talk more about building grit and resiliency in your staff. And the term staff in this is pretty wide and broad. So this is staff, student staff, this can be professional staff, really any type of team setting that you have. I think that this work is applicable. If you have watched my previous webinar on developing grit and resiliency, there are some similarities between them, but I really tried to tailor this one more to leading a team and developing grit and resiliency in a staff. So moving forward, again, this was in my last webinar, but I really think it's important to think about too, especially if you are supervising a staff, is how do you define grit and resiliency? And I think this question is important to think about as a leader, because your definition of grit and resiliency will be either inherently or something you're cognizant of. It will be what you measure your staff's grit and resiliency to, which can be a good thing, or if your definition of it is a little bit more detailed or a little bit, it sets the bar pretty high, something to think about with your staff. So I think having this conversation with your staff is important too. It goes back to setting expectations for each other as a supervisor and then as your staff. And so I think taking the time to think about how you define grit and resiliency and how you expect it to show up for your staff is something to think about and have that conversation with your staff too. Oh my gosh. Shadeen, I'm so sorry. Our fire alarm is going off right now, so I'm going to have to evacuate my building. I'm very sorry. I can reschedule this, but I'm going to have to evacuate right now.
Not a problem. Take care of getting out of the building safely. AIMHO, we are going to need to reschedule this webinar. We appreciate everybody's patience, but as I'm sure you can all understand, the unexpected does occur in our industry. So once Emilie is able to reschedule this, we will send out an invitation to everybody registered for this webinar, as well as the region as a whole. Again, we are so sorry for this unexpected incident, but please make sure that you are taking a look at our future webinars. We do have one next month on safety and your responsibility in that. So thank you, Emilie, for that transition into safety. And everybody have a good afternoon. Thank you.